a teacher, forget the awards that I won. This was my validation that once you try to take the ghost out, or Harry Potter mein hai na, the Bogart in the cupboard, you turn that Bogart into something that helps you on and make it a challenge. These students really blossom. So it is
A warm welcome to you, Madhvi ma'am. Thank you so much.
let's first understand the psychological fact that if I am forced to speak in a language that I have not yet mastered, that feeling itself would create some kind of hesitation, if not fear. Just put yourself in his or her place for a moment. So even before getting up, even before rising, because I respect the teacher's call and I have to say something, there would be an element of hesitation, if not fear, if the teacher is kind, right? And I get up and I start framing a sentence. Now I'm struggling there because I know the answer in my own brain as a Marathi sentence. But when I try to frame it in English, the two languages are so far apart in terms of syntax, in terms of construction, in terms of use of words, that I struggle to put in words whatever my answer is. So I mumble, I stutter, I stammer.
Right.
The class is slowly losing patience. The teacher is patient, but she kind of nudges you, and that in itself hurts my self-respect.
Yeah.
Because I stand there like a blithering idiot. I have felt this in class for some of my students. And they come later to me, and they used to come later to me and tell me, ma'am, मुझे तो आंसर पता था लेकिन क्या है ना शब्द नहीं आते. This is the booth. That one experience is enough to create a setback in the student's mind. The next time he is asked again in class, the old friend fear pops up again and say, "ए तुझे English नहीं आती, बैठ जा." And then I realized that yes, there is a complex attached, because even in my class in the 11th and 12th standard, there were groups. ये जो फाड़ फाड़ इंग्लिश बोलते हैं ना, इनका ग्रुप अलग. और जो ये मराठी मीडियम के लोग हैं ना, इनका ग्रुप अलग. So I could see that divide even in junior college. College, of course, you go in for your specializations, you kind of lose touch with the entire class. Most interestingly, when I joined my own college as a teacher of English in the 11th and 12th standard, the classes I had were a mixture of these students again. That is where I developed a sense of empathy for my students who could not cope with the language. They were intelligent, mind you. The most unfortunate thing about our community of English speaking students and professionals is that if you cannot speak English, you're considered less intelligent than your English speaking counterparts. And that's the raw truth that professionals have to face day in and day out. My entire struggle during my career has been to give that lift, that nudge, that push to my Marathi vernacular student who sits in a group discussion but is struck dumb by the fluency and the vocabulary of his English speaking counterparts. Now, for him, that means a choice between having a job and having none during placements.
Right.
And that is reality, you see. So, when I joined Sardar Patel Institute of Technology as a communication skills lecturer, I started what is called a speakers club.
Okay.
So during the break time, we used to wolf down our dabbas and gather in a room. Everyone and anyone was free to come to the speakers club. You just come and tell me what you want from me as your teacher. And for 45 minutes, I took group discussions with feedback. I made students stand up and talk. I pushed them through their boundaries. The only caveat was, and Shreni, that is the most important thing that we should realize when teachers, educators, and professionals like you impart instructions in English. Nobody laughs at anyone's mistakes. So we make mistakes because English is not our native language. Sometimes we think in Marathi, we think in Hindi, and then you have the kind of English that you see in movies like, which one is that? Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani?
Rocky Randhawa, this side.
और दिस साइड आ जाओगे तो क्या बन जाओगे?
Miss?
Nothing.
Of course, it's funny for people who know the language. It's not funny for those who do not know the language.
Yeah,
It is
right.
as simple. So that caveat worked. So what my students felt was, and later on I got feedback from students who got placed, students who are now abroad doing well, and they send letters to me on Facebook. They say, ma'am, because we performed in a non-threatening, non-pressure environment, I could get a hang of what I was supposed to say. For instance, we had a public speaking class called Nazareth Academy, a very old one in the Fort area in Mumbai. It was a go-to academy if people wanted to fight stage fright and if people wanted to master vocabulary. And they did a very good job. British Council used to conduct lessons, right? In a sector like aviation, where you have to fly out of the country and fly back.
Right.
Instructions in the aviation sector, you need great knowledge of English.
Yeah, right.
And not just that, where you have to, say for instance, you want to grow as a professional. You are in a team with people, experts from abroad also, right? You have Indian origin people who have stayed there for donkey's years. They come back. The kind of English they speak, Shani, is very different from us.
Yeah, totally.
Which is why everybody is if you want a piece of the sky, that piece of the sky is embedded with English idiomatic phrases, which I need to master
Yeah.
if I need to at least decode what you are saying.
Right.
Let me give you a very simple example. When the British use this phrase called "let's table it," they mean that during a meeting, let's put it on the table. But when the Americans use the same phrase, "let's table it," they mean adjourn. Let's put it on the table, not discuss it right now. Now, how do I understand all this unless I get exposed to some kind of training?
Right.
Which is why the top IT companies in India also have an induction program where they need to learn intercultural communication.
Yeah.
Another example, when the Americans, you're talking to an American, say, all right? Or you're talking to somebody who has had an exposure to the way Americans speak English, right? Here in India, okay? And I give out my opinion and this person says, that's interesting. What it actually means is, I don't agree with you.
Oh, is it in USA?
Yes, that's interesting. Funny you should say that, because yesterday this perspective was, now you have to, your antenna should start tingling. Okay. It doesn't mean he really feels my point is interesting and I go gaga and I start blabbering all over the town.
Oh. That's
These are nuances. I've known students to go into a depression because they were left behind.
Oh.
Their acads are quite good.
Yeah.
Applying to a foreign university comes with its own challenges. I had a student from a town like Aurangabad. Their English was not really given a lot of priority. Okay, the emphasis was on education in the vernacular. He had to struggle to get into a foreign university, but today he is in Chicago in an MBA school.
Oh, lovely.
So what I used to do in my speakers club was, if you can just tell me what you mean in your language, let me help you with the sentence. Okay. So they used to tell me in Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati. These are the three languages I kind of understand, especially Gujarati because I'm not a Gujarati. And then we used to help them frame sentences. So that's one way. And then I used to tell them to say those sentences out loud. School में, college में इसके लिए time नहीं रहता है.
Totally.
But we found time to do that in the speakers club. And when these students realize that, hey, there are other people in the same boat as I am, तो चलो करते हैं. And वो जो जिद आ गई उनमें कि नहीं, I can also frame a sentence. I spoke 2 sentences in the speakers club in front of 25 students. Wow.
Yeah.
So here is a mindset that tells you to sit down. Here is a mindset that tells you to stand up and be heard and be remembered.
Got it.
And I used to give out chocolates, not for speaking correctly, but for making efforts.
Wow, that's a way.
And that they really warmed up to. So there was a fight for the chocolates. So they used to read stories and come. They used to listen to videos. They used to say, I'm prepared with a speech. Can you hear me out?
That's nice.
And that for me was one of the greatest achievements I had as a teacher. Forget the awards that I won. This was my validation that once you try to take the ghost out, or Harry Potter mein hai na, the Bogart in the cupboard, you turn that Bogart into something that helps you on and make it a challenge, these students really blossom. So it is a complex, it's a mindset.
Right.
You make it shift, they will learn.
And I think
And then they were unstoppable after that.